Working with groups for the 2026 Social Work Licensure Examination Review. So, oh, history first sa social work with groups. So, una sa tanan, so ang roots sa group work ko, no, i-introduce ni siya during the first quarter of the 20th century, emerging amid a renewed dichotomy between casework and community policy work. So, ang first two methods sa social work na na-come up kay ang casework, first of all, and ang CO. So, ang group work mo ni siya ang third and last method. So, it serves as a happy medium between individual work and community work. So, apparently, ang social group work nag-provide sa social work profession og method nga gi-operationalize ang ideology sa ato ang profession, no? And ang ato ang social mission. So, it's about social reform, social responsibility, democratic ideals, and social action, as well as human attachment. So, na human element involved in it. So pag 1920s, ang social justice na term, relatively bago pa ni siya, no? Because this was around after the First World War. So the underlying principles of social justice are highlighting inequality, advocacy, and empowerment for disenfranchised and oppressed communities, which are historically the core elements of group work. So why did people do group work? It's because of the whole idea of social justice. So as early as 1920, si Mary Richmond, the mother of social casework, right? Indicated her belief nga ang social group work ang future sa social treatment. Okay? So sa US in particular, na growing popularity sa group work. So this guy, Emory Bogardos, outlined the 10 standards for group work in 1936. Simon ni siya ang earliest set of standards for group practice. So in the same year, ang National Association for the Study of Group Work nga later you rename into American Association of Group Work was formed, and they were the ones to promote professional standards for social group work. Okay? So, what is the reason behind group work? So, according sa participation ni Bogardos, no, ang group worker ko, no, ang iyahang tumong sa group is to affect the group process aron ang mga decision nga mahimo sa grupo comes from knowledge, sharing, and integration of ideas, experiences, and knowledge rather than a result of domination from either sulod or gawa sa grupo. So, dapat ang decision-making process ko, no, is within the group, not within a group, but in a collaborative manner. So, not necessarily nga na nagbuot sa grupo or na nagbuot within the group. So, group work was first formally associated with social work practice in 1935 sa National Conference on Social Work, which created the group section. And then Trecker, later in 1944, this guy on the right, stated that group work is a method in social work, but not a profession. Okay? So, as a method, the social group work has been defined as a major component of social work practice. Ang focus of group work is enhancing the members' social functioning, social connections, social support, coping skills, personal fulfillment, providing psycho-ed, and stimulating community action. So, basically, similar naman gyapon siya in theory sa function sa social work in terms of casework, right? Ang social functioning manggihapon. But na siya renewed interest in building connections and support and coping through smaller groups compared to COSAD. So in the social group work practice literature, na several essential ingredients sa social group work. First, inclusion and respect among the members, mutual aid, magtinabangay, group cohesion, pagkakaisa, conflict resolution, meaning if na yung mga conflicts within the group, masulbad nila, interpersonal communication, and of course, group development. So, ang first settlement house was in the UK. So this was Toynbee Hall, established in 1884 by Samuel Burnett as extension of the Oxford and Cambridge universities. So the first workers in the Toynbee House were daughters of rich ministers. Okay? So settlement workers, or settlement no, nga ginatawag, would live in a poor neighborhood. Okay, so they experienced the harsh realities of poverty. And the purpose of these so-called settlement houses is to use the missionary approach in teaching the residents of the settlements how to live moral lives, improve their circumstances, help improve housing, health, and overall living conditions. And then the technique used to effect change is now what we call the social group work. Okay. So this was followed in the US by Jane Addams and Ellen Gates Starr in the late 1800s, who established in Chicago the Hull House. Okay. So in Chicago, na sila impoverished neighborhood there. And Jane Addams in particular went to London. She was inspired by Toynbee Hall. So she created a space where educated women and reformers could live directly among the working poor. So ang kaning educated women and reformers mo ang magsilbi nga motudlo no sa mga people nga nasa sa settlement house of Hull House. So it quickly grew into a 13 building complex. So the group activities in the whole house included social relationships, sports, music, painting, discussion of current affairs, and many others. So Adams, in particular, worked with various ethnic groups as long as they lived in Chicago's settlement area. And as a result, other settlement houses were established in the U.S. So, unsa may nakalahian sa group work ug moingon tag casework in CO in charity organizations, I mean. So in group work sa settlement houses, they offered citizens the opportunity for education, recreation, so kalingawan, no, pagkat-on, socialization, and community involvement. And then they also used groups as an opportunity for citizens to gather and exercise the power derived from their association for social change, and then relied on program activities to spur members to action. Whereas on casework sa charity organizations, they focus more on diagnosis and treatment on the problems of the poor, and was largely focused on problem solving and rehabilitation on individual level. They also relied on insight developed from psychodynamic approaches. Kaya at the time, psychodynamic pa man ang mga nag-exist somewhat nga theories for psych and to the provision of concrete resources. So it's more about provision back then, casework at least, was more about provision, fixing what is wrong with the individual, whereas group work is more about socialization, education, and so on. So in the Philippines, let's look at the history of social group work. So before the 1960s, working with groups can be traced to the introduction of social civic movements during the period of American colonial rule. So nagsugod ang social work, I mean, the formal version of social work anyway, in the Philippines through American rule man, right? So naatay mga YMCA, YWCA, and the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. Muna ang mga preliminary nga mga group work agencies back then. So they paved the way for the establishment of agencies that focus on groups for personality development and character building. So muna focus sa group work at the time, ang pagdevelop sa tawo, pagbuild sa character sa batasan. So leadership in these groups were initially carried out by volunteers. So nag-rely ni volunteers ang mga group work organizations back then. And then, until these movements moved into training of workers along the different agencies' programs, and later, the workers were required by their agencies to take formal courses in group work. So before the 1960s, no, many of the first teachers of group work in the Philippines were formally employed in these social civic agencies. So ang first mga magtutudlo sa group work mo ni ang mga former pod ng mga volunteers pod sa katong mga agencies. Groups were used for development of the individual through training in social skills and inculcating social values. So the goal of group work before the 1960s was really about socialization and personality development. Okay. So the socialization goals were perhaps not fully appreciated back then, and social work in this field of practice did not seem to be very attractive. Okay, most people at the time nga nag-school of social work were just caseworkers. So generalist practice wasn't a thing then. So ang idea sa mga tao about group work before is lingaw-lingaw ra siya. So leisure time activity lang daw. And this is an image of group work that persisted until around the late 50s, even though there were already group serving agencies like the Philippine Youth Welfare Coordinating Council, which used groups for preventive and developmental functions through leadership and skills training for out-of-school youth. So social workers in family welfare agencies like Foster Parents Plan, they also organized mothers into groups to promote responsible parenthood, vocational efficiency, and citizenship training. So in the 50s as well, social agencies were organizing groups for socialization goals, but not focused na siya sa actual nga recreation lang. So in fact, PMHA was already existing around the 1950s, and they had a community outreach program for the prevention of juvenile delinquency, or what we call CICLs today, in selected communities in the city of Manila. So pag abot na sa 1960s, increasing number of agencies were using group work method, for both preventive and therapeutic purposes. For example, natay Special Child Study Center, which created parents groups. PMHA, of course, which also were using psychodrama as therapy. And then, naay mga government houses and resettlements nga naka-create og tenants association and even out-of-school youth groups within them. So the DSW, or which became the DSSD, Department of Social Services and Development, in 1976, undertook mental programs and services for the bottom 30% of the country's population. So social workers also existed in juvenile and domestic relations courts, and they used groups to help provide legal offenders with group experiences with the aim of socializing them or re-socializing them into norms. And kato sa mga nasa orphanages, kaya nag-provide po sila og group experiences sa ilahang mga bata for socialization purposes. So, martial law was declared in 1972 and lasted until around 1981, had significant effects on social work education and practice, nga naman. So, the martial law period provoked a great deal of consciousness-raising effort. So, the people at the time were very much focused not just on social welfare itself, but also on educating people and raising consciousness about the issues in terms of martial law, no? So this was aimed at making many rural and urban poor citizens realize that many of their problems, like lack of basic amenities, water, low-cost housing, medical facilities, employment, were due to deficiencies in their social situations and were not just about them anymore. So, from 2015 to present, many agencies ng gihapon ang nag-engage sa group work service, but not just for one purpose na lang, nanay developmental, socialization, and treatment or rehab. So, ang developmental purpose sa group work, nag-emphasize siya sa human and community resource mobilization. So, for example, natay public agencies that invest a major portion of their resources for the support of livelihood programs through groups. So groups of parents also are being taught effective parenting, so developmental ni siya. Naapod tayo socialization purpose in group work, carried out by organizing groups that are intended primarily to help the members acquire the values, attitudes, and norms of the society of which they are part. So, example, socialization groups in the sense of mga youth baron, naapod tayo mga youth. Like, for example, mga SK, nasa mga activities pod. And then, mga ingon tayo, Youth for Christ, ganon. Natay treatment purpose of group work, which also focuses on the use of small groups to help individuals who already have a problem in their social functioning. For example, victims of natural disasters, victims of abuse, mentally ill people, undergoing kidney dialysis, and so on. So, now that we know the history of group work, let's clarify some terms and discuss some concepts. So, what is a group? So, a group is at least two people, pero usually more, gathered with common purposes or like interests in a cognitive, affective, and social interchange in single or repeated encounters. So, as Goan ha, mentioned na dire, nga dapat na at least two people, usually more, naa sila common purpose, naa sila commonality, either pareha sila purpose or pareha sila interest, and then dapat na sila interactions, okay? So these encounters are sufficient for the participants to form impressions of one another. So kung kaisa ra mo nag-meet, dili na siya mahog nga group work. So dapat nag-meet mo regularly, sufficient enough ang inyong encounters nga ang mga participants maka-form og impressions. Ano yung mga impressions? For example, maka-feel kag belongingness, okay? So they also end up creating a set of norms for their functioning together, and they develop goals for their collective authority. So these activities evolve a sense of cohesion so that they think of themselves as an entity distinct from all other collectives. So these activities, kaning mga interactions like creating set of norms, developing goals, sense of cohesion, mao ni siya ang makahelp og create og groupness, no, sa group nga lahi sila nga grupo, okay? So may mga example of groups: family, friendship, mga barkada nimo, work groups, hobby groups, treatment groups, and so on. So when we say aggregate, aggregate. So a simple collection or group of people nga naa sa same location may be experiencing common influences pero wala sila bond or significant interaction. So, for example, a crowd nga nagtapok lang kay naay nakuyapan, mga tao nga nagkuwat mo labang. So, you're just an aggregate. You're not a group because you're not in interaction with each other. So, what are the classifications of groups? So first, social group, an exclusive self-organizing form of social organization. Exclusive niyang social groups kay dili tanan tao members ani. So comprised of two or more members nga they also identify and interact with one another on a personal basis. Okay? At a primary group, like Gemeinschaft relationships, these are the groups that you are part of nga permi jud nimo gina-interact with. Okay? So earliest form of human association. So it can be your family. Natural groups are groups that come together spontaneously, dili predicted, dili planado ang ilang pagkagrupo on the basis of naturally occurring events. For example, family, of course, di ba na tinuyo? Naapod tayo peer groups, kanang mga surely mga friends lang nimo, street gangs, mga pila-pila ka, cliques, friendship networks. So not planned, but it's also not constructed by any person. Di siya tinuyo nga napurma mo. Whereas ang formed group defined as those groups that come together through some outside influence. So you guys planned to be a group. So in-groups are defined as those social groupings in which the individual feels at home. So the group where you belong into, na kay common interest nila sa mga members, shared expectation, norms na pareha mo. Whereas an out-group is defined as those social groupings in which the individual does not feel a sense of belonging. Treatment groups may also be referred to as small helping groups, a method of intervention to help meet personal needs of its members. So, ang purpose of treatment group kinay that personal needs ang members and the need nila ma-achieve ni through treatment. So, unsa may purpose nga na treatment group? First of all, support. You want to help members cope with stressful life events. Kasi ka na, for example, may ka grief support group or recovering alcoholics groups. You can support each other. For second, education, you can educate each other through presentations, discussions, and experience. And then growth to develop members' potential awareness and insight. Therapy to change the behavior of the members, to correct, rehabilitate, and adjust your coping and problem-solving behaviors. And then four, to increase communication and social skills through socialization. So improved interpersonal relationships through program activities, structured exercises, and role plays. So these are just the four of the many reasons to create a treatment group. And then task groups, they are formed and maintained so that specific activities can be accomplished. So whereas treatment group is more focused on the individual and their betterment, task groups is more focused about just what you have to do as a group, na task. Okay. So how do groups affect change? First, the group can be a medium of change. Medium meaning ang paagi. Okay, so ang target of change ani nga function is ang individual member. So the group is being used as a tool to have the individual members be changed. And then the source of influence is, of course, the group. And then the social worker is supposed to guide the group processes to achieve the goals of changing the individual. So next function, group as target of change. So ang group na, ang members, all of the members ang gina-target sa change. Okay? So the group as a whole or aspects, conditions of the group may have to be changed in order to change individual members. And then, ang last is a group as agent of change. So ang group na ang tig-cause sa change. They aim to modify or redirect features or forces in its social environment. So pa-outward na siya, which makes demands, create pressures, and impose constraints on the group. So, what are the uses of groups in social work? First, if you want to make an effect on the participants, such as socialization, resocialization, acquiring or changing self-image, identity, motivation, attitude change on the participants, perhaps you want to modify some of their values and beliefs, change the behavior, educate them, make them have something to learn, to achieve a sense of belonging and support. So, ang participants ang ginatandog sa group ani. Second, for collective problem solving. So, especially for task groups, if you have a common or joint task or project, then that is the use of group for you. So, naapod tayo for change in the social condition. So, modification of the institution or social system. So, kaning change in the social condition outside the group is reminiscent of the group as an agent of change. So, what are the advantages nga mogamit ta og group work nga approach? So, una sa tanan, so many individuals feel more comfortable in a group setting. So, kung daghan mo, mas komportable ka kay di kay ka maulaw. So possibly because your members serve as a source of strength and support to you, and also because you feel comfortable kay na mo'y similar nga problems. So members receive psycho rewards from helping others. So muna gitawag na to helper therapy principle. So if motabang kuno ka og laing tawo, maka-feel pud ka og kanang nindot sa feeling, right? So internal forces in groups can influence attitudes, values, and behaviors. So unsa may advantages ani? So kung unsay mga dynamics bitaw within the group and even within the member themselves can influence others' attitudes, values, and behaviors as well. So the group can be potent instrument for change in the individual or group. So the group as a medium of change. The group allows use of a variety of activities relevant to individual needs and group goals. So, of course, the more nalangingon nga, the more the merrier, right? So, the more people you are working with in a group, the more it might be, you might be able to use a variety of activities nga you might not be able to do with just an individual. So 5, the cooperative thinking process in a group can hasten decision making. So if there's a lot of people that are discussing and then of course this is something that affects them. So daghan o people nga kanang pwede ba nimo pangutanan, makonsultaan, maging debate ka, then it helps make decision making faster. 6, similar problems of members may be best handled with a group engaged in collective action. So assuming that your members have this common problem that they're facing, it can be helpful nga collective action sila to work on this thing. And then 7, may be more economical, of course. Practical light to work with a group of people. So what could be the reasons nga nung mugamit man o group work? So first, to use the group as the primary means of helping. So kung gusto ka nga group work yun imong main nga method, then you use the group mode of service sa pagtabang. So 2, to augment individual methods. So perhaps you have a client whose case you are managing, and then you're working in an agency, let's just say for rehabilitating drug users that are minors, then you can use the group work to improve and to boost the individual method that you have set upon a individual client. Third, to augment work with individuals and families. So of course, individuals and families outside a center, for example, but lang you can use group work to make the family go through a session of through sessions of FTS and so on. And then, of course, group work helps to augment community methods, no? So group work can also be used to enact or to fix issues that are within the community. And then lastly, to work with groups in the context of intergroup approaches at the community level. So, gusto ka mag-group work kung gusto ka makikoordinate pod sa other nga mga groups. So, kano sa mata makaingon nga ang kani nga tong gibuhat kay working with groups. So first, when clients teach each other, so nag-isig katunay sila na mutual learning on how to meet their human needs through democratic group processes. Okay, so next, when the aim of social group work activity is to assist clients to learn from each other. So of course, as a group worker, you're not doing program meeting activities just for fun. So there also has to be an element where the people can learn from each other. So third, when social workers and social agencies commit each other to the intention of helping each and all members of the group to perform the consonance with their own and others' need at the same time. So now commitment between the social workers and the social agencies of helping your members. Okay. Fourth, when social workers and agencies commit themselves to help members of a group learn from each other, mutual learning, as well as from and through the worker, how to bring about change outside their group. And then when clients are constantly helped to become conscious of the ethically and scientifically documented fact that the behaviors of all persons have significant consequences for others. Okay? So with that, kano sa mata makaingon nga dili na siya group work. First, when the purpose is change in the individual self without constant reference to involvement of other members. So at this point, just don't bother making a group. Just do casework with the individual. If usara man lang po di ay katawang imong mausab and then di pa good for them, di pa good enough. So ang grupo kay gigamit essentially as the occasion of personal/individual gain. That's why you probably don't need to do social group work. When the social worker is referred to as a leader of the group and behaves accordingly, making the clients followers of the leader by definition. So as a social worker, you're supposed to empower groups and not make them feel as if ikaw ang buot tanan. So when the standard method of understanding member behavior and intervention is couched in the terms of psychopathology and treatment, and when social change and social action are byproducts incidental to the main content of the group membership experience. So let's define the terms now that we know what is group. So ang social group work is a method of social work that aims in an informed way through purposeful group experiences. Oh my god, these dogs, you guys. So, social group work, a method of social work that aims in an informed way through purposeful group experiences to help individuals and groups to meet individual and group needs and to influence and change personal, group, organizational, and community problems. So, social group work is using the method of a group to influence the way that individuals are and also involves organizational and community efforts. So the group that has been especially set up by a social worker with the intent of intervening in a way that is helpful to both individual, the group, organization, and or the community. So the members in a social group have been brought together for a particular beneficial purpose and that meet at a specified time and place. So na-schedule sa ilang panagmeet. Social worker is deliberate in facilitating or shaping and leading the group and considers the range of reasons why the group can help. So the social worker doesn't just form a group just because. The social worker forms the group because there is a reason. And so they are deliberate and intentional in facilitating and shaping the group dynamics and in leading the group in the beginning because they also consider the range of reasons how and why the group can help the individuals. So there are different parts of the group structure. First is the structure. So the arrangement or interrelation of all the parts of a whole. So the group structure is the patterns that develop and maintain themselves over time in interpersonal relations according to Garfin and Glasser. So muna ang pattern nga nagbuo sa grupo nya kani nga pattern or ang struktura mo develop o mo maintain na siya og iyaha sa pamaagi sa interpersonal nga interactions. So natay formal structure and informal structure. Formal gani, for example, kana mga task group, social action group, ginahimo gyud siya for a specific reason. And most of the time, because of the formality in which these are created, na siya designated leaders, officers, and people. Whereas ang informal is more relaxed, a bit more chill. There's still a purpose as to why it's being done, but there's not necessarily any hierarchy involved, for example. So structural properties of a group. First, size. So it refers to the number of persons in a group. So mayon ka group, di ba ganina ang definition, at least two people but can be more. So size sets limits on the amount and quality of communication among group members. Nga naman kay the more ang size man gud is maka-affect siya sa communication quality. So, size assures more direct and intensive communication among participants. So, sa communication structure lang daan, it encompasses who interacts with whom about what, and this interaction may be verbal or non-verbal. So, aside from the size nung aspects of structure na ay communication structure. So, kinsa may mo interact sa kani about kani nga butang. Basically, na ay verbal na apoy non-verbal nga communication. And then naapoy mga patterns of communication nga group-centered rather than leader-centered. And that is the more ideal version sa group work. Naapod tayo affectional structure. So this is seen in the process of interaction. So naay mga tao nga more drawn to each other within a group. So yes, now may commonality, but di ba makakuan ka nga mas close ka sa kaninga person over this one. Na times nga parang ayaw mo sa kaninga tao. So affectional affection, no? So napod tayo power structure. So in group functioning, some form of power or influence facilitates the group organization, its control, and good attainment. So in a group, naaman dyan ay power dynamics involved, ana. So next is ang sources of influence. So, di ba we mentioned earlier nga na power structure, right? So in a group, there's also different ways that power is um used. So power and influence in groups, so every member has a need to control what happens in a group. Bisan pag di ka lideron. Because people join groups to attain personal goals that they cannot otherwise achieve individually. So if ang mga member dili mo exert og power, ang chances nila sa pag-achieve sa ilaha pod nga personal goals or personal reason for why they entered the group in the first place are minute, gamay. So they are apt to become apathetic and disengage themselves from the group. So if ni-enter ka o group for a certain reason and you cannot exert some level of power in the way that the group is kanang directed towards, no, then you will not care. Okay, you will stop caring and you will probably disengage yourself from the group. So when group members are cooperating, power is asserted in the same direction, and members encourage each other to put forth greater effort. So kung pareha mong tumong, and then ang inyong level of power food is kanan members maka-input sad in their own ways, then you will assert that power in the same direction and you can achieve your goals. So, group members that are in conflict resort to manipulation. They influence others for their own purpose or profit. So, manipulation is a destructive kind of power because it decreases cooperation and can cause serious maintenance problems. Influencing with integrity is ang better nga contrast sa manipulation because it focuses towards the group's best interest. So, unsa may mga bases of power in groups? Number one, reward power. So, includes promotion, pay increase, mga day off, praise, incentive. So, this power will be greater if the group members value the reward and believe they cannot get it from anyone else. So, if the group gives you some kind of reward by conforming, then you will want to be conforming sa kung unsay norm sa group. So power is based on one member's perception that A or the entire group has the capacity to deliver positive consequences to them. Okay? Next, coercive power. Oh, wait a dang minute. So balik, coercive power. Power is based on B's perception that A can inflict adverse or negative consequences or remove positive consequences in response to B's behavior. So opposite siya sa reward nga, which is a positive reinforcement. Ang ganing coercive is more on the punishment or negative reinforcement. So it is the belief nga ang group or somebody in the group can either give negative consequences sa imo or matangtangan ka og positive benefits. So being admonished, being deprived of certain privileges, kasabaan ka are examples. So coercive power will decrease the attraction to be in the group. The use of coercive power to settle a conflict often increases the other person's hostility, resentment, and anger. Kaya kung kasabaan ka, pirmi magdumot man ka. No? So threats usually result in aggression and counter threats, and it is suggested that the use of coercive power in a conflict situation should be avoided. So next is ang referent power. So occurs when one individual, let's just say si A, influences another, si B, as a result of identification. So the stronger that B identifies with A, the greater the attraction to A and the greater the referent power of A. So ang verbalization ani is I am like A and therefore I will believe or behave as A does. So gi-idol nimo si A, so magsunod-sunod ka. So si B will also evaluate his thoughts, beliefs, and values. Refers to the influence that A has because of his being well-liked and or respected. So kung naay member sa group nga ginarespeto, kanang taas bitaw taog tanaw, then we will feel referent to them and we will want to do whatever it is they do. So fourth is legitimate power, directly related to an internalized value or norm, and is probably the most complex of the five power bases. It is based on the perception nga si B, by B, that A has a legitimate right to prescribe what constitutes proper behavior, and that B has an obligation to accept this influence. So na legitimate nga power kung si A nga mo decide for B and the other people. It refers to that influence resulting from a person's position in the group and or from certain responsibilities that go with that position. So if you are, especially in a formal group structure, if there is somebody who is leader ninyo, like officer ninyo, then you will ascribe legitimate power to them. So the fifth power base is expert power. The power derived from knowledge, expertise, or skills. So example, in social group work, a group member nga na specialized knowledge on a particular topic actually has expert power and can influence the group's discussions and decisions because they know better. So next, nga part sa group structure, ang leadership structure. So naatay different theories viewing how leadership is being done. So first, we have position theory. So the leader occupies the topmost position, no? So siya ay nasa babaw, and all the others below would be just lesser leaders or members. So the ways to become a leader in this theory is by election, gi-appoint ka, gi-designate ka, or sometimes by taking control by manipulating the situation or giving the person authority or influence over people. The next theory is trait theory, which assumes nga ang mga leader na ay personal trait or characteristic nga makalahi nila sa ubang tao, also called the great person theory of leadership. So if you're a great person, then they automatically make you the leader. T style theory. So nine different styles of leadership. First, authoritarian style. So leaders have more absolute power. So from the word authority, ang leader magbuot. So they set goals and policies as well as major plans, and they dictate the activities of the members. Second style is democratic. So democratic meaning that this style seeks maximum involvement and participation from members. So ang mga members ang mag-lead po ani in all decisions affecting the group. Three, ang laissez-faire. So this style is characterized by minimum input or participation from the leader. So sa democratic, take put into accountability ang opinions o ang skills sa members. But sa laissez-faire, ang members yun ang mualsa, dili ang leader. So D, situational theory. Leadership is a function of the situation rather than the person or what she does. So if the situation calls for this specific person, then they become the leader. Okay? So E, functional leadership theory. Leadership is viewed from a group perspective. This includes the setting of group goals, selection and implementation of tasks to achieve the group's goals, and the provision of resources needed for the improvement of the group's cohesion.
Right. So for the interactional mode of leadership, equal focus and attention is given to the group and the worker as a designated leader for the most part, the members and the environment in which the group functions. So the worker here plays a lot of roles with the group. So naatay information and opinion giver, opinion seeker, starter, direction giver, summarizer, coordinator, diagnoser, adjuster, and all that stuff. So naapunta here role. So what is a role? So a role is the socially recognized patterns of expectations of behaviors on the part of a person in a certain position. So each of us have different roles to fulfill in different parts of our lives. And it helps us to interpret what a person is doing or is trying to do. So all groups, whether they are organized for therapeutic reason, problem solving, or for other objectives, or for wala lang, rely on the performance by members of a variety of roles. So group norms. So in the process of interaction, norms or rules and standards of behavior emerge. So while during the time nga magsiging interact na ang group, so naay mga norms na mo come out. So they indicate how members control each other, which behaviors are allowed and which are not. So if you conform to the norms, then that's all good. But if you don't, then that causes strife within the group. So next is status. So it refers to one's rank or standing in the group based on any of the following: closeness sa person sa center of the web of communication, carrying on of a particular kind of activity, and the person's position in the web, and the kind of job he does. And then rank or status is based on some characteristics possessed by the person. So the group process. So this is the interaction processes or what goes on between and among members. So first, nga part sa group process natay element of conformity. So it means nga you yield to the majority. So whatever is kanang murag normal sa majority, then you follow. So it is the group pressure because of the need for approval. So ganahan man ka nga ma-approve ka, or if di man gani ma-approve, at least mabilong ka, no, di ka makikita bikil, then you will conform. because you don't wish to be different. The need for uniformity of action to achieve group goals, or the need to rely on others when a situation is ambiguous. So kung di ka sure, for example, na decision making, and then you're not sure like what decision to make, then you will just want to conform. So next is competition. So it denotes rivalry, decreases creativity, to be honest, and coordination of effort, as well as division of labor. So it promotes ineffective communication. Kaya makakreate man siya suspicion and mistrust among the members, dislike, negative attitudes towards the group and its tasks, and it lessens the effectiveness in problem solving. So next is ang cooperation, on the other hand, denotes joint efforts, which increases creativity, division of labor, coordination of effort, emotional involvement in group accomplishment, and all the positive attributes. So, a cooperative atmosphere results where there is compatibility, similarity, or complementarity in the personal goals of the members. So, group process for decision making. So, an integral stage in the total group problem solving process na adjud na yung mga decisions na ginahimo. So, in a group, it allows for the pooling of the knowledge, mag-abot inyong mga nahibawan, inyong mga attitude, resources sa kada member, and it motivates the member to do their best. So, next is groupthink, a problem-solving process in which proposals are accepted without careful review of their advantages and disadvantages because the group wants to think together. So powerful pressures are exerted on a group member who voices objections to what otherwise appears to be a group consensus. So if the group in general conforms to something, let's just, for the purposes of this, let's just say it's something negative, then naay usa ka member nga mukontra na, the rest of the group, the majority, will engage in groupthink and they will want to be loyal to the group. So makontrahan to ang isa nga ni go against. The next is conflict. It means a sharp disagreement or clash of ideas, interests, characteristics. At least two parties are involved in a conflict, and there's perceived mutually exclusive goals or values between the parties. So both parties, if na mga iduha at duha nga nag-conflict, have different goals. That's why they're in a conflict in the first place. So, unsa may conflict styles? First, win-lose conflict style. So, ang usa ka party sa conflict, gusto siya nga makadaog jud siya. He doesn't care about other people as long as siya ay makadaog, and the other person will just remain a loser. Next is the yield-lose style. So, one party views the relationship with the other party as the most important consideration and not the attainment of one's goals. So, surrender na lang siya, okay, for the sake of peace. So next is lose-leave style. One party has low concern for both the goals and the relationship with the opponent loses by default by withdrawing from the situation. So if the person just walks out, they don't bother to fight for what they want, then they will just leave and they will lose. And then fourth is the compromise style. So one party has a moderate degree of concern for both the goals and the relationship with the opponent. The party will try to reach a compromise. So mag-win some, lose some sila. Para na ay murag win-win kind of situation. So with that conflict, unsa may strategies to resolve conflict? First, role reversal. Each person expresses their opinion only after restating the ideas and feelings of the opposing person. So you put yourselves in their shoes. Next is empathy. Involves putting yourself in the shoes of the other person you are in conflict with. So you feel what they feel. You try to put yourself in their shoes as well, but it's just a more indirect application of role reversal. And the next is inquiry, involves using gentle probing questions to learn more about what the other person is thinking and feeling. So fourth is I messages versus you messages. So instead of accusing, it's kind of taking away the accusatory tone of saying you, but rather it is about I. Next is disarming, involves finding some truths in what the other person is saying and then expressing disagreement. Next is stroking. It is saying something genuinely positive to the person you are in conflict with, even in the heat of the battle. So, marakaglik na lungog or something. And then 7 is mediation. Involves the intervention of an acceptable, impartial, and neutral third party. So, help mediate both of you guys. So, the group process. First, we have group cohesiveness, and this is the degree to which members of a group desire to remain in the group. So the result of all forces acting on members to remain within the group. So not a different thing. A group process is under this. First, conformity. So you adjust one's behavior to align with group norms and expectations, and then natay competition, natay cooperation, decision making, groupthink, conflict, and group cohesiveness. So when we are engaged in group work, social workers use program media as a tool. So what is that? It refers to the activities, verbal or nonverbal, which the group engages in for the purpose of achieving its goals. So it is the set of everything that is basically done as a program nga naay structure pud ang group work process. So it is an outline of the program media to be used for a group, the output of the planning stage. Okay? They are tools utilized in order to influence the behavior of the individual members and the group as a whole. So, sa may mga gamit sa program media, first, you use program media to modify or change attitudes and behavior. First of all, if you want to change something within the individual or the group in general, then you will want to use program media. Second, promote individual values, such as emotional and intellectual growth, among other things. Three, influence group climate. Four, promote group interaction. Five, enhance and enrich group content. So, if na ay group interaction, syempre program media, you do an activity together, right? So, may promote gid ang inyong interaction. And then, you also promote desired group values and facilitate the beginning, middle, and ending stages of the group. So, what are the factors when you select a program media as a social worker? So, first, what are your goals for the group? So, unsa may gusto ninyo ma-achieve, no? So, it depends if you want the group to be treatment, rehabilitative, gusto mo developmental, preventive, unsa man siya. So, that also influences what program media you want to use. Second, what are the members' objectives for joining the group? So, aside from the goals, unsa may tumong sa mga members kanang ning-enter sila sa group in the first place? So, three, appropriateness in terms of time and space requirements. So, it also depends on your venue, unsa kadugay ra ang inyong time allotment. Of course, if activity ka o kanaputing dugay ang mahuman and you know that your members can only meet for 1 hour every week, then that's just outright impossible and unfeasible. Fourth, age of group members. Pati magpa-activity ka kuan, like layat-layat nga team building, yung mga gore naman ang mga participants. So of course, dili na po siya angay. Fifth is emotional and social characteristics of the members. So some program media may not be appropriate for certain groups because it might incite anger, for example, and then magka-conflict na hinoo. So, sixth, cultural and ethnic background of the members. You must be culturally sensitive. You don't want to do a program media that is not aligned with one's culture and ethnic background because it might be offensive. Seventh, physical characteristics of the members. Of course, if ang iyong members kay mga pungkol, then unsaon man nila pag-apil o program media nga kiat-kiat, right? Then naapod tay mood of the group, naapod tay availability of materials or resources. What if yopak na kayo mga members, higigan pa silang duty? So of course, they will not want to be very active, no? Availability of materials. What if ganahan ka magpa-film showing, eh, wala naman kayong projector? Paano yun? No? Then workers, skills, and capacities. Of course, as a worker, do not engage in something that you know you cannot do properly. So whatever you're good at, then focus on that. Next is procedures of selecting program activities. So you specify program activities that are consistent with group purposes and goals. Of course, it must be aligned, right? Specify the objectives of the program activity, specify the activities that can be done given the available facilities, resources, and time available. List potentially relevant program activities based on the members. Classify program activities according to characteristics, physical rec, social rec, psych rec, cognitive rec. And then select program activity that is best suited to achieve the objectives specified. Okay. So for the pre-group phase, it's a helping process when it comes to group work. Different authors will give you different phases. But in general, ang atong gina-use is kani. So pre-group phase has ang private, public, and then the convening phase. So first, let's discuss the private pre-group phase. Kamo ni siya ang time nga ang idea nga mag-create o group, it occurs to one or more people. Sometimes the social worker, sometimes ang mga clients themselves. So, ang nga tayo, ma-private pa man siya, kaya pa man siya sa utok sa organizer. Second, public pre-group phase. When a decision is made and approved, announcements are made verbally and in writing. So, okay, naka-decide na mo nga mag-hip mo group, and then you will publicize that. So, ma-public na siya ang idea. So, this is the time na mo decide mo sa purpose and time frame, criteria for group composition. So the practitioner, the social work practitioner, now has in mind the approaches and techniques to be used. So now that you know why you want to create a group and that you want to create a group, then you also have to know what approach you want to use. So third, convening phase. So after sa social worker mag-conduct sa intake interviews, the prospective members meet for the first time. So at this time, di pa mas lakay-lakay sa each other, di pa sila suod. So napay ka mo nagitaw na tog sizing up. Medyo murag tansya-tansya pa nila, naniid pa sila. In terms of whether or not their expectations are going to be met by the group. So there may be feelings of ambivalence, mixed emotions pa sila, parang ayaw nila na parang gusto nila, and resistance about committing themselves, which are natural during this phase. So, kaning nga time ang worker, ang role niya is leader pa siya. Siya pa may nag-initiate. So, she uses activities to get the participants to connect with each other. So, nililita mag-GTKY, mga team building, ila-ila, being familiar with each other, building that rapport within the group. So, for Margaret Hartford, this is called private and public pre-group phase. But para kang Sue Henry, this is called the initial stage. So, they just have different terms for this one. And Henry calls the group embryonic group. So strictly no group dynamics yet at this stage. Wala pang dynamics, wala pa ka ng mga norms, influence, wala pang ganun. Ila-ila pa sila. So next is conceptualizing the group survey. So the intern should submit to the agency a program proposal and ni siya rational. Why do you want to create the group? Target clients nimo, unsay need or problem nga i-address, membership criteria, kinsa may pwede ma-member, resource requirements, what staff do you need, space, equipment, procedures for setting up the program, and the time frame. So, mag-formation na ka first. Conceptualize the group service based on what? Unsay purpose and function sa agency nimo. Lisod man sad kayo mag-create ka program for drug rehabilitation nga imong agency is for children. No, children nga abandoned, so it will not make any sense. Second, agency group program purpose. So given the purpose and function of your agency, if your agency wants to create a group program, then why? Right? You figure it out and then it will be part of the conceptualization. 3, prospective members. 4, membership criteria. So if you know what your purpose is, you will know your members, right? And you will also know kinsa may pwede and di pwede ma-member. Then next, you announce the group service, you recruit members. 3, you prepare the logistics. So assuming na naka-members, you prepare like it's mga staff nga mo handle ani nga butang, mga facilities nga need nimo, need ba kag sound system, projector, materials, unsa pa na diha. 4, you can also enlist community support. So while i-check po nimo siya kung ang focus lang ba sa imong helping is only sa members of the group or pwede ba siya i-appeal sa families paro nila, for example, no, or even their community. So, naay different ways to conduct an assessment. So, naatay individual-focused assessment. So, individuals-focused assessment. So, assessment, first of all, is a social study and diagnosis. So, as a social worker, you gather information and then you analyze them so that you can understand the entire environment and the client themselves. So this helps you get a definition of the need or the problem of the client. So natay pre-group interviews or intake, which is done obviously prior to the group creation. No? So the following are usually discussed during pre-group activities. First, unsa man ang agency, paila-ila sa gyud nimong agency sa client, no? Kasi services nga naa ninyo, unsay purpose sa inyong agency nganong nag-create man mo group program. Unsa expectations sa agency nila, no? So for example, you saying we expect you to be present every single time that we meet every week. If you have to be absent for some valid reason or another, please let us know. Nga na baron. The activities that are likely to be undertaken. So yeah, as a group member man siguro you would want to know aside from unsay purpose sa group magunsa di ay mo, right? So it would be nice to know the activities that you might do or you might make your clients do. And then E, the duration of the group program. So unsa man ni kadugaya, no? 1 year, 5 years, forever, ana. And then the basis for termination of membership. So obviously all things that start must come to an end. So i-inform sa nimo ang member nga unsa may reason nga nung ma-terminate baron sila, no? So, naapod tay group-focused nga assessment and planning. So, katong gani na individual man to, but this time, pwede siya by group pa di mo, no? It also depends on you. So, the group composition refers to the selection of members and deciding the size of the group. So, selection of members gani is also based on agency purpose. Okay? Client attributes. So may nasa client, right? Robert Winter himself said, compatibility or complementarity and not identity. So, identity, when you say identity kasi murag mayon ka nga, so parehas sila sa ICL, so this group, whatever group I will come up with, as long as puro sila sa ICL, they will be fine. That's not always the case. So there always has to be compatibility and complementarity taken into account. Sue Henry said that to assemble a configuration of persons with the potential to coalesce and function as an entity. Coalesce meaning magkayusa, will unite. So you assemble a group of people nga feels that yun mo function together. Okay? So the pre-group phase, not a group composition also. The composition of the group is based on the worker's assessment of the client's individual situations and their professional judgment on the most appropriate group for each of them. Ang size is also something that you have to consider during this time. There's no hard and fast rule about pila ka daghan na jud dapat or pila ka gamira ang mga members. So, the purpose of the group is a good general guide for what size you want to create. If musical treatment group, it's more intensive, right? And it's also something that maybe they won't be comfortable sharing with other people. So maybe 7 or less is fine. But kung yung nga task group need man all hands on deck, then okay na gyud nga na 15 members or so. So Sue Henry said, keep the group between 4 and 20, but also guided by the purpose of the group. So mingan ta, unay ka ng table here, right? So as the group gets larger, unsa may mo increase or unsa may mo decrease as the group gets smaller, baron for example. So sa group formation stage na ta. So mo ni siya ang second phase in the period when the group gets organized. So katong ganina na form pa man to karon na forma na sila, mag-organize na sila. So the formation process may be achieved either during one session or as many sessions as it may take, depending on the members, capacity sa members, and unsay purpose sa group, first of all. So ang common practice aning phase is mag-unfreezing mo or mag-UDKY mo and get to build that group dynamic. So it is followed by a review of the agency's overall goal or mission and the purpose for the group program, as well as you introduce yourself as a worker unsay role day nimo aning a group work. So the worker should also encourage questions from the members during this time. Okay, para if na yung mga question, matubag siya. Because if questions are not asked, they can also move into a discussion of other matters. No? So during group formation, the group should discuss and agree on the following. First, common group concern or problem. So inyong isgutan, no? Sa may tumong diri, anong naamta diri karon sa may problema di ay nato. So next is norms and rules. Unsa may kanang sabutan ninyo nga paagi sa attendance, kanang mga late, mga tasking ninyo, and then natay schedule and venue of group session. So asa man mo usually mag-meet. Napoy group goals. So unsay goals ninyo, kamo guys ang magsabot pud ana, no? But of course, group goals and norms are dynamic, so they evolve over time. So unsa may role sa worker during the group formation phase? First of all, leader gihapon pa siya. Okay? Because she promotes the communication and interaction between herself and the members and among the members of the group. So needed na gyud ka nga mag-program media appropriately ani nga phase. So major aim for group formation phase is to establish a pattern of member participation that will help the members to develop a beginning sense of belonging to the group. So your goal is basically to have the members like try out, no? I-establish ang pattern sa ilahang pag-participate nga makaingon sad sila nga parang okay, I want to be part of this. So the group goals should not be difficult. Dapat lingaw po siya, no? So the determination of group goals is not an event, but a process that involves two phases, exploration and bargaining. So what are the difference between those? So exploration, kung ang worker kang members, mag-discuss pa sila og areas of concern. So tanawon sa ninyo, no? You consider different means how to achieve those concerns. And then sort out your differences and incorporate individual interests into common group-oriented goals. Meanwhile, ang bargaining, it involves agreeing on concerns or issues confronting the group. So Schopler and Galinsky underscore the importance of an open discussion in the group. Okay? So next is determining group goals. So karon nga naka-decide na mo unsay inyong unmet need nga pwede ma-meet through group work and is shared by enough people in the group, pwede na mo maka-encapsulate sa purpose of the group in a clearly stated aim or set of aims. So, mas better ko no nga general lang sa mga aims. So, when you formulate your aims or objectives, it may be helpful for you to bear in mind the SMART acronym: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely or tangible. So, also may process. So, mag-create a group formation, magsabotay mo kung sa yung group goals, and then that's how you decide what program media to use. Okay? So, the group interaction, integration, disintegration, and reintegration phase. Ganun, daghan magkaini siya mga slash. Kaya din yan naman kitang katag. No? So, it is when the interpersonal ties increase and the sense of group bond of the we feeling, we, part ko nila, is apparent. So, na-integration. So, ang mga members makashow enthusiasm for the group activities. Naapoy disinteg nga ang mga members mag-conflict, magwaya, magsikasuko, magagubot sila with each other. Naapod tayo reintegration of members. So if mag-disintegration, possibly ma-resolve pa nila, then there means a high level of integration, which means a more stable relationship, stable structure, clearer norms, and higher levels of interdependence and cooperation among members. Kaya na-solve na ninyo yung issues. Kumbaga. So the fourth phase is the group functioning and maintaining phase. It lasts. So, muna nga tayo muna itong maturation phase, no? So, Bales states that this phase is the social emotional qualities of giving support and helping. So, Margaret Hartford submits that in this phase emerges the structure. Gumagawas na ang structure sa group and the stabilization kung kinsay leader, kinsay follower, and the firming of the status hierarchy based on skills appropriate. So the plan implementation phase is under this one. Dinhi magawas ang mga activities, worker intervention, and group action which the group system directs towards the achievement of individual and group goals. So Werner Boehm states that the concern at this stage is to render all the activities that you have to do that you plan to do. So it is doing the decided. Okay? So naitulo ka aspito ani. First, ang intervention roles nga gi-play sa worker. Sunod, unsa nga mga resources and services ang gamiton ug ang mga problema o constraints. So during sa helping phase na ta, functioning and maintaining phase, unsay mga roles or stances sa worker. So first, direct stance. Ang worker ang mag-guide ug ang mag-lead, no? Second, facilitating stance. So ang worker mura siya part sa group. So when the group members have experience in participation, imo ning gamiton. Social capability, and some independent strength as well. So, 3, permissive stance. So, dili ilat go sa worker ang iyang responsibility, but magamiton niya ang iyang expertise sa human relations and group behavior para malink sila sa agency. So, 4, flexible stance. Worker will change her stance in the course of sessions. So, depende kung unsay need, pwede ba siya mag-direct siya karon, facilitating siya karon, and permissive siya karon. So, naatay termination phase. Last na ni. So, most groups, and although some groups last longer than others. So, as I said ganina, anything that starts must end. So, a closed group, members all begin together and then they also end together at the same time. But an open group, members come and go. So, parts of termination phase is not an evaluation. So, you evaluate first, regular or periodic evaluation. So, pirmi ni siya ginabuhat throughout the group process. Okay? So, it provides feedback para ang worker makahibaw pod o ang client makahibaw pod sa unsay progress nila. Next is ang terminal evaluation, which is after na siya sa implementation. So, during termination phase, na gini i-conduct ang terminal evaluation. So, unsa may mga pwede gamiton as evaluation tools? Pre-group intake record, individual case assessment, statement of group concerns, attendance ninyo, process or summary recordings, marginal interviews, collateral interviews, eval records, and your transfer/closing summaries. So termination is the final step in the helping process. So it is done kung ang goals ninyo sa inyong client na achieve na ninyo. Second, pwede ni siya i-discontinue kung after pipila ka mga time, no? Di wala, parang wala nangyayari talaga, no? Or nagsinabot na lang mo nga i-end siya. Termination for group members, whether simultaneous or dungan or individual, calls for the exercise of professional judgment because you as a worker have the authority and the expertise to know if the member deserves to end na. So here are Margaret Hartford's parts of termination. First, pre-termination pa. So acknowledgement na okay, mo end na yun me. In treatment groups, a period of 2 months or prep would be ideal. Mas better nga i-prep sila. Members' feelings about positive, um, about the ending must be positive. So, termination. So, last actual session of the group, mo ni ang final moments. So, post-termination, mo ni ang plans for follow-up, no? Pwede follow-up, i-check ang group, continued support, check-ins here and there, para maka-transition sila from, pwede po to self-help, no? Sila na lang mag-handle silang group work. So, si Takman na siya models of group stages. So, forming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Mga ing-ing kang takman siya. So, forming, mo ang time nga mag-testingay sila and napay dependence. So, members become oriented to the task at hand. They are exploring each other, getting to know each other, determining what behaviors, ideas, actions, and words are acceptable in the group. So, this is the time nga mag-laila pa. Next is ang storming. So, moving from the relative comfort in the forming stage, kani nga time murag magnanay mga gubot-gubot kay manggawas naman ang mga individuality. So, here, if ma-resolve ni ang storming nga phase, makalead to siya sa norming. So, when conflicts surface during storming begin to resolve, a sense of cohesion often takes place. So, the members begin to accept each other and they start to agree on how they should work, how they should be, how they should act. So next, if maka-norming na, okay, performing na ta. So it refers to when the group focuses on their intended goals and they start to do whatever tasks they have to do. If mahumana na nila ang performing, then mag-adjourning na. So this was originally overlooked by Tuckman, but it refers to the final task of group leaders to attend to issues of separation of group members as the group comes to a close. So needed niyang adjourning for closure. So here are some theories in group work. So we have the force field or the field theory by Kurt Lewin. He explains behavior as a result of both personal characteristics and environmental forces. So what are the key concepts of his theory? First is the life space. So this is the psychological environment that influences behavior. Subjective reality ni siya sa individual. So naadiri ang personal goals nato, values, perceptions, and social relationships, which influences the way you act. And then we have the two forces in the field natin, driving force. These are the forces that promote movement towards the goal or to motivate you to change. Ang restraining forces, mao ni ang makapugong or makahinder nimo from changing or progress in general. Creates resistance or obstacles. Social exchange theory. So natin rewards and costs. Rewards you get emotional support, information, belonging, but being in a group also costs time, costs effort, maka-create of conflict sometimes, emotionally kapoy siya sometimes. So members in a group, of course, aim for maximum rewards and minimal costs. So this theory also believes in reciprocity. A mutual exchange builds trust. Members expect their efforts to be acknowledged to return. So maraganahan po nga, diba? Like mag-enter-enter pa ba ka o group nga wala na kayo makuha. So dapat na ako'y effort, ihatag na ako'y kayo makuha balik, right? And then imbalance may lead to dissatisfaction or withdrawal. So, if na-enter ka group and then wala ka namang napapala, muundang na lang ka, di ba? Tama na lang. So, equity. Members assess fairness in effort and benefit distribution. So, inequity may cause conflict. If one member does all the work and they don't get compensated as much as those that don't, then they will feel like there's an issue with equity. So, equity is needed because it promotes harmony and cooperation. So, napuntay comparison level. So members will compare their current group experiences with past groups nila, mga standards nga ilang gi-expect, and other potential groups. So comparison affects the satisfaction and decisions of ganan pa ba ka mo stay or leave. And then 5, commitment. High rewards and low costs leads to stronger group commitment. Hey, you don't want to have a group na more ang cost and then less ang reward because at that point it's not going to be worth it. So commitment increases group stability and goal attainment. Case. So mutual aid. So a collaborative approach where group members support each other in addressing shared challenges and achieving common goals. So this is rooted in the idea that individuals can learn from and support one another. So, may dynamics of mutual aid in social group work. First, mutual support. Second, all in the same boat, so we're in the same position. Yan na. Individual problem solving, you share your data, dialectical processing, mutual demand, discussing taboo subjects, strength in numbers, and rehearsal. So, what are the main models and approaches in group work? So, una sa tanan, developmental approach. So, ang UN, gideclare na nila ang dekada 60 nga ang first developmental decade. So, ang uso ani nga time employment, population growth, urbanization, inadequate access to opportunities and services, needs of special groups. So, many mga issues during that time. So, ang social welfare addressed these concerns through developmental social welfare. So, Emmanuel Tropp's developmental approach has groups working needed a theory to guide their practice through the developmental framework. So, people are not seen as being sick or healthy, but on a scale ranging from socially functional to dysfunctional to eufunctional. So, dili man sick ang person, kundi siya functional right now. Dysfunctional lang talaga siya. Continually able to move up the scale in a lifelong developmental process of self-realization. So, nice scale sa life, no? So, at times, you may be functional. At times, mahagpa ka, dysfunctional ka. And then, at times, na you are super functional, then you're eufunctional. So, this is just a normal process of self-realization. So, there are two essential features in the developmental approach. First, recognition of the human being as the main resource to be utilized. So, when you want to develop, the goal here is you utilize the person na siya yun ang naay resource. So, strengths-based po siya. B, interpersonal relationships such as social role performance is the focus of concern. So next, naatay humanistic theme. So sa may themes sa developmental, it's humanistic. So it sees that every person has a different function to perform that is unique and special to them. Then, member-to-member helping phenomenon. Key principle to their growth. The worker is an enabler of the group nga maka-allow sila nga mo help sila sa usag-usa. Free human communication. Members are given a chance to be authentically themselves. And then members cope with the expectations relation to their common task. The worker is real and understandable with openness, authenticity, compassion, involvement, support, expectations, and assistance and acts in a spontaneous yet planful way. Then, naatay phenomenological. So, focuses on current group and individual behavior rather than past personality diagnosis and interpretation of motivation. Social behavior is viewed primarily in terms of conscious rather than unconscious factors. So, ang imuha, kaning view ko, no? Ang imuhang behavior ko, no, is something that you choose to do. Right? Right. Realities of the group situation are the major guides to perceiving and evaluating what is happening. So it is really based on reality, okay? And then life of the group is seen as a continuing series of engagements with group tasks, 9 levels of interactions of phenom. Group as a whole, group to member, member to member, group to subgroup, member to worker, and then group to worker. Developmental theme. So concerned with building on strengths rather than analyzing weaknesses. Okay, so it is based on the preposition that people attain enhancement of their social functioning effectively through specific kinds of group experiences. So what are the 3 functional modes in group work practice? We have counseling group, activity group, and action group. So experiences that enhance people's social functioning are those in which the group has a common goal. Hindi man ang common goal man ang guide sa goal achieving process, of course. So it may take the form of a common concern, common interest, common life situation, which result in a peer relationship among the members. Developmental approach, of course, should be voluntary and participative. For the members to have maximum opportunity to achieve individual gains, the effectiveness of the group goal achieving process should be the primary target for the leader and the members. So members achieve differential individual gains in social work, group work, and contribute to other members' gains as well. So naay 2 ka processes in group work, no, engagement of the group sa task nila and then engagement sa members sa usag-usa within the group. So what are the basic purposive process under developmental approach? First, release of feelings, no? Maka-release kag feelings, naka-support nga makuha from the belongingness. You get oriented to reality because you see others nga na sila similar situation as you. And then you can also do self-appraisal, which involves attaining from all the foregoing a clearer perspective on one's self and others. So because you are able to release whatever it is you feel and you get support from it, and you can also see how other people are doing, then it allows you for better self-appraisal. So what is the role of the worker in the developmental team? The worker is engaged in a continuing process of perceiving what is happening, evaluating the significance of any behavior, and acting in relation to the group as a whole and to individual members. So, unsa may tasks sa members of the group sa kaning team? Beginning, become oriented. Of course, you need to identify reasons for joining. Unsa din yung buhaton. Testing out each other, and the normal asad nga na-doubt, fear, and enthusiasm. Sa middle na pud nga part, members become more open, mas involved na acceptance, magawas na pud na ang mga role, mga authority and structure, more stable and cohesive na mo, and the group can perform. And then the ending is na-complete na ninyo ang task, varying levels of satisfaction. Na uban nga like happy kit sila sa ilang work, na uban nga okay lang, at least na-achieve. Ano na uban nga like hindi jud kuwangan jud siya. So this can also result in frustration and anxiety as well, or relief and happiness and acceptance nga mahuman na gyud ang group. Meanwhile, ang task sa worker sa beginning, ikaw ang in-task nga mo clarify sa purpose, function, and structure, mo agree, support early group efforts, facilitate the climate, and facilitate task selection. Ang role sa worker sa middle, i-guide gyapon nimo ang group, no? Mag-clarify gyapon ka sa unsa nay na-complete, unsa pay buhatonon. You give support to enable self-direction sa group, and you help to work within the time frame. And then sa ending, ikaw na ang mo-help to complete the task, help evaluate the experience, help the group to know the gains and problems, help have a smooth ending, and help the group think of the future. So, unsa may areas of operation sa developmental? Group goal achieving process, interpersonal relations, and individual self-actualization. So, ang goals are the tasks that the group has agreed to undertake. And then, these are converted into program content, and then program media, and then ang kaning mga programa, ginaplano na siya, ginasabutan sa grupo sa leader para ma-achieve ang ilang goals. Next is the remedial model, no? So considered more as a clinical model. It's about fixing something that's wrong. Seeks to help the socially maladapted to improve social functioning through guided group experiences. It focuses on the individual's dysfunction. Yan, gigamit ang group as a medium of change. So the group can be used to treat problems of adjustment in personal and social relations. So, unsa may target sa remedial model? Gamiton ni siya kung na-I need in help in the acquisition of new knowledge and skills sa mga members, kung if ever na sila dysfunctionality. Small social system whose influence can be guided in planned ways. And then, karaniwan itong ginagamit sa juvenile and adult correctional institution, drug rehabilitation centers, and mental hospital. So Robert Winter has a treatment sequence for the remedial model. Intake, diagnosis and treatment, group composition and formation, group development and treatment, and evaluation and termination. So according ni Winter, kuno tulo ka modes of influence. Direct, indirect, extra group. What is this? Direct means of influence. Ang worker ang central person. Siya ang object of identification and drive. So syempre the worker becomes the center, no? Siya ang gina-idol sa grupo. So a worker has a psychological effect on clients which they can use as an advantage. Therefore, the principle of conscious use of self is most relevant because you know that the group is watching you. You must be careful on how you act. Second, the worker as a symbol and spokesman. So the worker is seen as the agent of legitimate norms and values. So they are personified to be a spokesperson for the norms and values and create them in the group explicitly or implicitly. So you are expected to use positive and negative sanctions and exercise necessary controls. Third is worker as a motivator and stimulator. So ang worker ang mo define sa individual goals and task. Siya ang mo check unsay mga members' interest, kanang skills nila, sila mo encourage. So direct means man siya kay they are influencing the members. 4, worker as executive controller of members' roles. They modify the client's structure, client's role, assist a member, and tries to change a group member's role behavior by improving self-esteem. Napod tay indirect means. First, ang group purposes. Unsa na purpose nga nung gihimo ni nga grupo, so it can also influence the group, right? Naapod tay selection of group members. So the members that are selected themselves serves as a guide for the group composition. Okay, kung kinsa yung mga members nga na-select, it affects the experiences of the members, interpersonal relations. And then, sa 3, nature of group activities. So, kung kaning group activities nga imong gamiton, maka-influence mo sa siya sa group. So, naapod tayo size of the group, no? So, as mentioned ganina by Sue Henry, nga, ang size sa group, maka-affect po sa kanang sa dynamics bitaw nga gusto nimo ipakita. 5th, group operating and governing procedures. So the worker has to guide the group in determining the procedures appropriate. Okay, and then group development has a task to influence the course of the group's development so that her goals for the client are up to date. Napunta kung natay direct and indirect, napunta extra group means of influence. So what are the other things that influence the group? So social roles and relations of clients prior to being a client. So whatever needs or problems that they had, which led to the provision of the group service, is manifested in their social relations. So some of them have a role performance problem. And then second, significant others, people outside of the treatment group that have crucial relations with the persons or the clients. Okay, kaya influential man sila sa functioning. Some of them kanang mga konsente, some of them sa pag-cope, no? So depende. 3, social systems of which clients are members. So the members are, of course, part of environments and systems, and these have certain patterns and conditions, which can be either resources or barriers to the achievement of treatment goals. So if na ay aspects sa social system na daily supportive sa change sa client, then i-help na siya sa social worker nga i-change na. 3, social environment of the treatment group. So this includes the objects, persons, and other units collectively encountered by the group as a social entity. The group's social environment makes demands and puts pressures on constraints on the group. Of course, the environment that the group is part of has a major influence. So the 5th model, interactionist/reciprocal, developed by William Schwartz. There is a symbiotic relationship between people and their environment kaya they are in constant interaction nga reciprocal in nature. So ang function in social work here then is to mediate the process through which the individual and society reach out to each other through a mutual need for self-fulfillment. So the mediating function directs itself to the relationship between the individual and social. So it's about reaching, pressuring, straining. There is a need for a force that will guide the interaction between the client, the agency, the worker, and so on. So unsa may 4 ka phases sa interactionist approach na atay tuning in phase. So worker, prepare siya nga mo enter na siya sa group. Must understand that even before the worker enters, there has already been various life processes that were present before the initial meeting that will continue during and after the group terminates. Second, beginning phase. The worker moves in na siya sa group, part na siya sa group. Worker asks the group for a clear understanding of what they are there for. And then 3, task phase. The worker searches for common ground between clients' needs and systems that need negotiations. So, throughout the group work process, na ang client part man sa sistema, no, na yun na yung mga needs and systems na kailangan i-navigate po apit sa worker. Must also detect and challenge obstacles between members and systems. And then the worker recognizes responsibility for contributing facts, ideas, values, vision, feelings, and pain. The 4th is the transitions and endings. So make a transition from one stage of experience to the next. Temporary transition, kanang magbaybay lang mo for the day. Permanent, kanang termination na gyud ninyo. So this also brings up feelings, right? Like evasive period, ending is ignored. Naatay sudden angry stage nga kanang ayaw nyo talagang mag-end, and then period of mourning, mag-uol mo. So, also may other approaches sa group work. Natay psychosocial, naapod tay task-centered model with groups, naapod tay self-help groups, group counseling, therapy, family therapy, problem-solving model, functional approach, direct provision model, and intercession mediation model. But the first 5 ones I think that were discussed are usually the more common ones. So recap, major themes in the developmental approach. The models. Developmental, first of all. Naapod tayo. So, remedial model. Interactionist. Okay? So, si Tracker, nag-create siya principles of social group work. So, 10 ni kabuok. First, principle of planned group formation. Deciding the size of the group, age of the members, and common needs or problems. Principle of specific objectives. Objectives must be specific both for the individuals and group development. Nindot ni siya dapat pagka-form ang inyong objective. Sunod, principle of purposeful worker-group relationship. I-accept sa group dapat ang worker niya. Ang worker po i-accept po niya ang group. Then 4, principle of continuous individualization, that despite being in a group, the members are all individual and they have different level needs. 5th, principle of guided group interaction. Now, each interaction must be active and is the heart of the group process, and the worker must actively influence the type and degree of interaction. 6th, principle of democratic self-determination, nga ang grupo, irrespeto na itong na sila right, maghimo og choices. 7, principle of flexible organization. So there is a lot of need for the social worker and the group to be flexible in formal organization to adapt to any type of change that may arise within the group. So group members themselves are different from each other, so there has to be a dynamic na flexible enough to adjust to all of them. 8, principle of progressive program experience. Emphasizes the need for the group to engage in program experiences at the level of the members' interest, need, capacity, and experience. Start with simple and then eventually complicate it as you want if they get comfortable. 9, principle of resource utilization. So whatever resources exist in the agency, the community, or even within the clients themselves, use nila to. And then 10, principle of evaluation. So it is a process in attaining the goals and objectives and checking that it should be regularly done. So psychological reactions in a group, not the elimination. Probably the group wants to eliminate people that are opposing. Napunta subjugation, dominating the other opposition by the strongest subgroups. No, so the strong there is an opposition nga i-dominate siya sa mga subgroup. Compromise, the competing subgroups may give up something from each other para makip gyapon ang group. Alliance, the subgroups or the individuals maintain their independence but combine their ideas to arrive and achieve a common goal. And then integration among the 4 psychological interactions is the best one. So you arrive at a solution that not only satisfies the individual member's needs, but the group as a whole. With that, what are the roles of social workers with groups? First, ang worker mao ang facilitator. Sila ang fasilidad sa group process o sa adjustment sa members sa agency. Sunod, enabler. Sila ang moalaw sa mga clients nga maka-achieve sila sense of belonging and acceptance. 3, educator. Sila ang muhatag og kaalam sa grupo o pag-interpret sa mga meaning sa data and behavior. 4, motivate. Sila ang push sa members nga mukat-on course. 5, sila ang guide. Sila ang mugiya sa group sa pag-come up sa procedures, rules, and new policies. Mediator, sila ang tig-mediate between sa grupo o sa agency kung needed and even within the group. 7, observers, sila po ang magtanaw o mag-track sa progress sa groups o individuals. 8, supervisor, sila ang mag-supervise activity para ma-check if na-attain ba jud ang goals and objectives. 9, information, sila ang tighatag og impormasyon sa agency nga mga programa o serbisyo o mga resources nga kinahanglan og ma-achieve sa group. 10, organizer, siya ang nag-organize sa group nga masulbad og maadkabot nila ang minang mga kinahanglan kabuton. Unsa may skills nga needed sa worker? First, skill in establishing purposeful relationships. Second, analyzing the group situation. dapat ang worker ka mao mo navigate sa relationships kay na may purpose dapat nganong na ta sa group in the first place. And kamao sa dapat ang worker nga mo analyze sa development level sa group unsay pa mga kinahanglanon ug unsa kapaspas ni dapat ang group malihok. 3, skills in effecting meaningful participation of the group. So you encourage people to participate meaningfully. 4, skills in dealing with the group's feelings. So nandun yung mga feelings involved whenever there are people, right? So it is ability to control the workers' feelings about the group and to guide the group in expressing this para maka-avoid the old conflict. 5, skills in program development. So ang worker, syempre, ang mo come up sa program. Okay? 6, skills in dealing with social values and cultural patterns. So the worker must be able to recognize the values and cultural patterns that each member has. 7, skill in differential diagnosis and treatment. So the ability to recognize the varying needs and problems of the group members and use the group as a means to meet those special needs. 8, skill in using agency and community resources of resource mobilization. The ability to locate and acquaint the group with various useful resources that can be tapped. 9, skill in evaluation. The ability to record the development processes among the members and to check the progress of the group. So, unsa may techniques and strategies pod nga pwede gamiton sa worker. Use of appropriate program media. Malamang, kung dili gani appropriate ang program media, tay ayo ani. Second, leveling. Saying what you really think when you feel it should be expressed, rather than ikim-kim ni mo siya. 3, use of group dynamics. The planned group process designed to communicate new knowledge and ideas. It is to promote and strengthen relationships among the target members. 4, use the group to curb aggression, dominance, monopoly of discussions. Sa group po na yung mga members nga more aggressive, more domineering, and they want to monopolize the group. But the worker can deal with these persons with any offending behavior by involving the offending party to discuss other members' opinions and ideas in neutralizing a member's aggressive stance. 5, use of questions. It helps keep the ball rolling. It is to change the trend of discussion and to limit or terminate the discussions. You can use questions to open discussion, stimulate interest, provoke thinking, makakuha kag participation sa individuals, makadevelop mo sa subject matter, change the trend of discussion, and to limit or terminate discussion. 6, use of casual but purposeful conversations with members outside group session activities. So, outside the group, mga session, makicheck-check pud ka. 7, use of Osborne's brainstorming technique. The worker uses this technique to encourage the group members to think and contribute their ideas for the group's objectives without being rebuffed. So, dili ni siya brainstorming, meaning everybody can contribute, every contribution is a resource. It's not about buffing somebody off, nga like, oh, sayop ka. So, it's just about brainstorming, gathering all the ideas that you can get. And that is it, folks, for group work. Okay. So,